Hello, and welcome. My name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that. This is a What's Sold video. Stop the music. Definitely had better days, but this is a better day than the past 2 days, which yesterday was 155, the day before was 170, and this is 219. 202 purchase price. 9 items. A lot of books. I mean, there's not really a lot of books with 9 items, but more books than per usual of what it would be. So I'm going to try to make this relatively quick so I can be out by, say, it's 8:30 now. Be out by 9:30, no later than 10, and go out on a little farther run. Although it's going to be a little under 40, which is a big stark difference from yesterday. But, it's still pretty much middle of March. You're going to have some of those chillier days yet. D4. Walk on. It's probably right there. All right, walk on. 28. So this video will likely be shorter. D4 as well. All right, this Joyce bedroll. So I have that other one of this that has two that are different than this, and they're priced a little more. This one is a little cheaper, but this is 45. Actually, the other ones might be closer to like mid 50s. That one came in with the best offer. D9. It's Blu-ray. Totsie. $11. When I get these books, because most of these are that's a DVD, CD, and 4 books. Yeah, all right. All right, so they have Treasury of Prayers. So what this book is, a hardcover, $15. The chances are with these books here, they were 20 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, all the way up to, if they're going to be listed more than $15, it could have been all the way up to $2, but most of the time with books, I usually don't. But this is one of those examples to where, I'll just buy it because it was cheap enough, it does sell, and so on and so forth. So this one is the same thing as the other one. With Mr. and Mrs. Bojo Jones. 15. Quicksilver. I was a bike messenger, actually, in Cleveland. When was that? 98? For a company called Bonnie Speed. They were up on like the East 25th and Rockwell. I think is where they were at. They might still be there. I don't know. I haven't been a bike messenger in a long time. I really had a need to be in downtown to see if they're still. There still are bike messengers. D14. Quicksilver. 13. So this is one I recently got. I don't know. I could have paid $1 for it. Don't remember, but it was sealed. Saw that it sells. And Jamie Gertz from the Lost Boys. And the TV show with Mark Addy in it. It was called Still Standing. That's kind of that is more of an adult humor, or like a parent. Not a parent. Someone who has children. They are parents. He played a parent in that show, still standing, but it was kind of like that, like grown up light humor. Some of it was kind of funny. 13, that's there. Oh, that was actually in 14, but either way. C39, Peter Cetera. This one, there it is. So this one is sealed, so it's a little easier to spot. Peter Cetera with a Made in Germany sticker. And the info on the back looks like it. 27. Your Rugged Constitution. Little paperback. I don't know how long I've had this one. I think I get this one at the business estate sale. The next day when I went there for the books and everything was 75% off. But that was 16. And then Drinking with Dickens. All right, so this is one that I got Talmadge, Goodwill. And I read the side, thought that was interesting. I didn't know who Cedric Dickens was until I found out that it was a great grandson of Charles Dickens. And this is signed to Ian someone. Ian someone. Okay. I want to say, whoa, hold on a minute. It's not signed. It is. But this is 32. And each of those items is under a pound, so it's $4.47 to ship. I don't think anything, usually over $40. Like that DVD, the workout DVD, that'll go first class. That way it's insured. Where's it even going? Yeah, it'd be like $5.60 something. I don't run into problems that often, but for a small amount more, depending, usually over it's going to be, most of the time it's going to be books. It's stuff that's closer to 50 and onward will go. Sometime like 45 would go if that was originally, if it sold at that fair at that best offer, and if it was originally closer to or at and above 50, it would go insured anyhow. I mean, if you have that one out of every 3 months, it's either not delivered or got damaged or something. Tell you, if you're sending out 10 a day, and each additional item, if you send it out insured and none of them really needed insured, and you're paying $1 more an item, that's $10. If you're just sending it out media mail, it's $4.47 as opposed to $1 more to send everything out first class. That's $10 a day. Do that, that's $70. If you have 2 items that you have to refund out of a month, you've already made up for that in 1 week by just sending it out media mail. And if something comes up to where you absolutely have to refund somebody, what's the total amount of loss? Well, you made all that up in 1 week, but you only have to do that once a month, if that's the exact math. So some people want to, and these just go in bubble envelopes. Things that do need a little more protection will get a little better protection. Like I shipped out a real thin VHS yesterday, real lightweight. Like it was almost 3 ounces with the envelope and the VHS. And then I'm like, that's just too lightweight for me to think. Even the plastic of the VHS felt really thin, as opposed to other VHSs, which are typically stronger and bulkier. Now, that's not going to take away the chance that it can get knocked around and the shell can get cracked, no matter how much cardboard you put around it. if you put that much cardboard around a VHS, it's like that. Yeah, chances are it's not going to get cracked. But to be reasonable with the amount, it would still, even one or even two, even three layers, it's still just going to reduce the odds. But you have up to 16.9 ounces to add a little extra protection on some of these things. This is just more a mathematical and logistical for whomever wants to, sell media. Those are your options. You can send everything out first class if you want. But like I watched Ramsey's I Found You to Flip. I watched his video about physical media and just the ease of it. The packaging is primarily always the same size. Primarily. I mean, I have one, two, three, four technically, but the eBay 10 by 12 envelope, maybe that's the 9 by 12. Some other envelopes that I think are 8 by 10. Those are for VHS, books, DVDs, CDs, all that stuff. Then I have a larger envelope that's meant for books that are bigger than this, that can't, books that can't fit in those. And boxes I don't use a whole lot for physical media, every once in a while. But that's depending on how you're buying and where you're buying. It's roughly 15 cents average for that. And then everything's going to be $4.47. So it's so, like he was saying, it's just so much easier to work with physical media. And that's, I don't know. I mean, I can imagine he's been selling physical media for a long time, considering the amount that he has and how old his eBay store is. I've been primarily full-time physical media and primarily only physical media, aside of like eyeglass frames and some stuff every once in a while I'll get. The pictures are easy. The time frame is easy. Your mom is easy. And, it's cheaper to just operate everything, and it just saves so much more time, and there's way less headaches or grief. If I were, I will just post my open and close cases for whatever time frame I decide to. So keep in mind that a lot of them that people will open will just close automatically, or they will close it. I just had one close for a book that they got, and like 7 days later they're like, I want to return it. Why? I changed my mind. Well, eBay is not a book rental service. So if you send it back after you've already stated in a message, and that's why I try to entice people, like, yeah, I read it, I changed my mind. I'm like, it's not a freaking rental service. So if you do that, you'll be deducted 50% refund. If eBay will decide to give you the difference, that's up to you. I would be out money. I would be out more money, but the point would be the principle. Like, you can't do that. So it could be me, that one person, that one time that, yeah, I'm out a couple bucks after everything. And that book I would just toss out because I still have a bunch of them and I've had them for years and they don't really sell fast. So it was like, no, I wouldn't want anything to do with it anymore. So I'd be out, totally that money, but that person would get a ding and I would be saving other sellers headaches, because then maybe that would be that one time when eBay's like, yeah, you open a case for every single item you get. You're done. So I'm helping to save other people. Same thing as all kinds of other people have done the exact same thing that I just said and reported buyers for smelling like a different kind of rose. Report them. That's the best way how to save other people headaches. You're the victim now, but you're helping other people. However, I'll bet you that there's hundreds of people that could have bought from you, but they didn't because other people reported them. And go into your seller settings for the buyer requirements, and adjust that page. Adjust that page to where someone opened up. If a buyer opened up one claim in 12 months, mark that. Check that box. That way, so that person who got that book and whichever other else, if someone opens a claim in 1 year, they can't buy from my store. Opens a claim for anything, they can't buy from my store. You know how many headaches I've not had to deal with because of that? So keep in mind that a lot of these, for the cases, will be closed because somebody will open them. And then somebody will close them, or it'll open and they won't do anything about it. However, but there's not a lot of them. If I were just to go into open for a product not received or which have you, There's not a lot of them. You know, I'm not going to bother with that because it's going to take more time because I got to edit this. It's about a 20-minute video and then get ready and start doing some longer routes so I can get that stuff, come back and show you guys what I got. All right, so that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Looky here, no barcode, no barcode, no barcode, no barcode. There's so many Amazon booksellers out there, it's ruining everything. It's ruining everything. Most of them don't go with barcode stuff. Learn to look for the older color, the older font, the older style, the older prints. A lot of Amazon sellers don't go for the barcode stuff because it takes more time when they're looking at everything and they're only walking out with $200 of listable over the 2 hours they were there scanning. Which is good because you're still getting bread and butter stuff and still keeping stuff from the landfill, but that's why I like the older stuff. You know, there's just a certain class and a certain dignity that comes with people that are a little old, or things, not people. Yeah, people. Everything going up, comment down below, subscribe, share. It was all free. They help me, help you, so we can help other people learn about selling physical media on eBay. Appreciate it. Thank you.